You think racism is just hate? Just angry people saying hateful things. A mindset problem. A few bad individuals. But that's not the full truth. Because racism doesn't only live inside people's minds. It lives in systems. And systems have power. So let's go back. Not today. Not yesterday. But the past. A time when racism wasn't hidden. It was normal. Legal. Accepted. There were laws that decided who mattered and who didn't. Who could vote. Who could study. Who could live freely. And who had to survive in fear. And the dangerous part? Most people accepted it. Not because they thought they were evil, but because the system made it feel normal. When something surrounds you your whole life, your brain stops questioning it. That's how power works. It slowly shapes what people see as right. But history didn't end. Those systems didn't disappear. They evolved. Today, racism doesn't always scream. It doesn't always look obvious. No insults. No open hatred. Sometimes, it looks professional, polite, invisible, and that's what makes it dangerous. Because modern racism often hides inside systems, in hiring, education, housing, media, even opportunity itself. Two people can work equally hard, but still start from completely different positions. One person walks through open doors, another keeps hitting invisible walls, and most people don't even notice it happening. Because racism today is not always emotional. It's structural. Now here's where psychology enters the picture. Your brain naturally creates categories. Us, them. It's an old survival instinct. Humans once survived by trusting familiar groups and fearing unfamiliar ones. That instinct still exists today. But when those automatic thoughts connect with power, they stop being just thoughts. They become systems. And once a system is built around fear or bias, it starts repeating itself. Again and again. Across generations. That's why racism can survive, even when society claims things are equal. Because systems quietly shape reality without people realizing it. And the scariest part? Many people inside these systems believe everything is fair, logical, normal. But power influences what feels normal. That's why racism isn't just about hate. It's about history, psychology, fear, and power working together. Because if you only focus on hateful people, you'll miss the system hiding underneath it. Now imagine this. Two people. Same talent. Same intelligence. Same amount of effort. But different backgrounds. One walks into the room and instantly feels welcomed. The other walks into the same room and feels watched. One gets the opportunity. The other gets ignored. Not because someone openly said, "I hate you," but because of patterns, hidden decisions, silent assumptions, unseen biases. That's how power works. It doesn't always attack directly. Sometimes, it simply chooses who gets support and who gets left behind, quietly. And over time, those quiet decisions shape entire lives. Now here's the psychology behind it. Humans don't just want safety, they want importance. They want to feel valued, respected, superior. And one of the easiest ways for the brain to feel powerful is through comparison. We are smarter. We work harder. We are more civilized. At first, these thoughts sound harmless, but slowly, they create a hierarchy in the mind, a system of higher and lower. And once people start believing their group deserves more, they begin justifying inequality without even realizing it. That's the dangerous part. Most people inside unfair systems don't see themselves as bad people. They think everything is fair, logical, normal, natural. Because when a pattern repeats long enough, the brain stops questioning it. It starts accepting it as reality. And this is why racism often feels invisible. You don't see the hidden assumptions behind a decision. You only see the outcome. One group keeps moving ahead, another keeps struggling. And society tells itself, that's just how things are. But systems are not random. They are built from repeated human behavior, from repeated fears, repeated beliefs, repeated advantages, again and again and again, until inequality becomes normal. And the scariest part? Even good people can become part of the system without realizing it. Because power doesn't always survive through hatred. Sometimes it survives through silence, through comfort, through people refusing to question why some doors open easily for certain groups, while others spend their entire lives trying to force the same doors open. That's why racism is more than emotion, more than insults, more than hate. It's psychology connected to power. And when power protects a pattern long enough, that pattern starts feeling like reality itself. But here's the truth. This is not permanent. Systems were created, which means they can be changed. But change doesn't start with anger. It starts with awareness. When you begin to question, when you begin to notice, when you stop accepting everything as normal, that's when things shift. Because racism is not just about bad people. It's about systems and the minds that keep them running. And once you understand that, you stop looking at the surface and start seeing the structure. You begin to notice patterns, decisions, and hidden advantages. And that awareness is powerful. Because the moment you see it, you can't unsee it. You stop being passive. You start thinking deeper. And that's where real change begins. So next time you think racism is just hate, remember this. It's not just psychology. It's power. If this made you see things differently, don't just scroll away. Subscribe, because understanding your mind is the first step to understanding the world.